involvement in dealing drugs. Kristen?
Jennifer, thank you very much. The safety of e-cigarettes is debatable. The health department says that they're bad for you, but proponents of the devices argue that they're better than tobacco, and there are studies that support both claims.
Tonight, as we conclude our special report, why retailers and manufacturers of e-cigs say the state is playing a dangerous game.
It's anecdotal evidence, but I'm on the front lines.
Dennis Steele says he's seen countless customers quit smoking thanks to this. E-cigarettes and other nicotine inhalers he sells at his Lindenville shop, NEK Vapor.
Adults like flavoring. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me doing that.
He worries proposed flavor bans and higher taxes will hurt business and increase smoking rates in Vermont.
In my opinion, it would be a big mistake. I mean, in my opinion, they should probably subsidize what we're doing or just leave us alone and let us help people get off the analogs, the combustible cigarettes.
It says, carry it like you're comfortable. You know, and you would never think this would be an e-cigarette advertisement, but when you open
e-cigarette sales nationwide are expected to top $10 billion this year. 3 of the largest manufacturers are also big tobacco companies.
Tobacco companies had to come out with some new great idea on how to make their millions.
Lee Loyer is in charge of smoking cessation programs at the hospital in St. Jay. She's pushing for changes in how Big Tobacco markets its new tobacco-free products. She wants to keep them out of the hands of kids.
You will see e-cigarettes by the candy. You know, you will see e-cigarettes at eye level. I mean, they come in pipes and pens and cigars, so they come in all different shapes and sizes. And if the kids start using these because they're cool, eventually they're going to start smoking regular cigarettes as well.
Is that the fear?
Yeah.
The health department fears that too.
Especially for the developing brain before age 25, to keep it away from substances, including those in e-cigarettes, is critical.
Williams says chemicals in e-cigarettes and flavors could be dangerous. There's now a push to limit marketing and store displays.
We're working hard to reduce access of e-cigarettes in convenience stores, in other retails.
But proponents of e-cigs argue they are smoking cessation tools and say those efforts to restrict them will drive people back to smokes. Vape shops point to studies that show e-cigarettes are not as bad as traditional cigarettes.
But if you're comparing it to a cigarette, I mean, what's inside of a cigarette? You know, it's 5,000 to 10,000 chemicals.
The American Vaping Association sent a statement to Channel 3 News saying, with real-world studies showing that vapor products help adult smokers quit, adding sin taxes on the sale of these products will cost lives. There's also a proposal in Montpelier to make it illegal for anyone under 21 to buy e-cigarettes in Vermont. Opponents say that will drive 18 to 20-year-olds back to tobacco and argue if they're old enough to vote and serve in the military, you should be allowed to use e-cigarettes.
We believe that tax and regulatory policy should recognize the difference between tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Right now, e-cigs are not federally regulated. Big tobacco lobbyists like Andrew McLean are trying to convince lawmakers like Republican Patty Comline that state regulations will do more harm than good. She's not buying it.
We've come so far, and it just seems to have the tobacco companies beating us at this point. I'm not satisfied with that.
E-cigarette users also argue they are more productive at work because they're no longer taking breaks outside to smoke butts. A quick puff of vapor and they get back to work. You can see the entire series on our website, WCAX.com.